Governor Mills has announced her nominee to fill a vacancy on the Maine Supreme Judicial Court. Chief Deputy Attorney General Christopher Taub has worked in the AG's office since 1999, taking his current position 5 years ago. Governor Mills says, quote, Taub has earned wide respect for his professionalism and legal acumen on a variety of challenging issues. He has represented the people of Maine with integrity and distinction in many complex matters and has earned this nomination to the Supreme Judicial Court. The nomination will be reviewed by the Judiciary Committee and need confirmation by the Maine Senate. If confirmed, Taub would replace Associate Justice Andrew Horton, who retired last year.